Okay, so pretty much the whole Buffalo Trail is gravel. So today we're at Mammoth Cave National Park. We're on the hiking trail doing Saw Hollow, and we're going to be camping at Saw Hollow campgrounds. We originally wanted to park at the Bluffs, or camp at the Bluffs, but it's already full. We got here around 11 this morning, and we're starting out on the trail at about 12, so should be able to get to the campsite with plenty of time. Rocking shoe? So right now the plan is to make it to the Turnhole Bend. It's about 3.8 miles from the start of the Saw Hollow Trail. Once we get there, to give us an indication of how fast we're going and what's going to be reasonable for this trip. So the Saw Hollow Trail starts out as a multi-purpose trail. You can hike on it, bike on it, and ride horses on it. Until you hit this junction right here. No more horse riding. So we'll continue on the Saw Hollow Trail. We'll hit the Saw Hollow campsite. So we did have to register at the visitor center for that. We wanted to go to the Bluffs originally, but that's already booked for tonight. It was a little further, which would have been nice because I think total mileage to the Saw Hollow campsite is about somewhere around 8 miles, something like that. And to the Bluffs, it's, I don't know, maybe 10, a little further. But, you know, got to make the most of it. As far as the weather, right now it's great. Nice and cool. I think it's around somewhere in the 60s, the mid 60s. You know, I'm able to come out in shorts and a t-shirt. So that's comfortable with me. Should be good sleeping weather too. We are at the beginning of October, and I haven't noticed any bugs. I know at home we haven't had any frost, so I'm happy about that. And right here we have the Blue Blazes. So my total weight for my bag on this trip is about, what was it measured at? Let's see, about 32 pounds. That's with a liter of water and food I've packed. Dry weight is about 25 pounds. So doing a lot better than the last time we went. Last time we went to Zaleski, and I think my pack weight with food and water was about 45 pounds. Now that was in, I think, the beginning of March, so it was a little colder, but this pack feels worlds lighter than the Zaleski trip, so I'm happy about that. So far, I think we're about a half hour in, and feeling pretty good. Amanda's pack is down to 20 pounds. I think last time she had about 30 to 35 on that Zaleski trip. So, doing better. So we're just stopping for a quick bite to eat, and Amanda found this pretty cool sinkhole. Probably won't be able to tell the scale of that huge tree that fell down, but it is probably a good 2 or 3 feet taller than I am. Alright, so we did it. We made it to the junction at Saw Hall Trail, Buffalo Trail, and Turnhole Trail. So it's about, from the start, it's about 3.8 miles to here. Done that in about 2 hours. Not a bad hike, pretty mellow. From what I hear, they rate this trail difficulty a 9 out of 10. I don't believe it so far. You know, but whatever. So, as far as the map, we started out here at the Maple Springs campground, and we've worked our way all the way down through the first section of Saw Hollow, and we have reached the junction, the Turnhole. So it's about 3.3 miles more to Saw Hollow campsite, where we've made reservations to camp tonight. Not sure if we're going to go ahead and try to get down Turnhole Bend, check out the end of that, turn around and come back on Saw Hollow Trail. Just have to, you know, see how it goes. Oh, I just saw a deer right down there. I just saw a deer right down there. As we got to go around this hill. That was the first wildlife I've seen out here. And here we are at Turnhole Bend campsite. A little bit of firewood, somebody left behind, fire pit, and place for your tent. So I'd have to say this trail looks less beaten down than the rest of them, so I don't think this is a very popular campsite. Might be good if you're trying to get away, do some remote camping. We just finished coming back from Turnhole, and we are on the second portion of Saw Hollow Trail now. It's about 3.3 miles to the campsite, but I'm hoping we can find some water before we get to the actual campsite. We're both running about a quarter of a liter of water right now, so hopefully we can find a water source, filter some water, and we don't have to worry about water for the night. We will most likely be camping at Saw Hollow Trail, and once we get there, that'll be a total of about 9.5 miles for the day. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Seeing a lot of sandstone rock spread out now. Different environment than what we had before. Hardly saw any rocks. A lot of vegetation. So, Looks like we're going back into that now. I ran out of water literally 5-10 minutes ago when we came up on this. A little bit of a water source dripping out of this cave, so that's exciting. I'll fill up and get some water. So what was this water? This is called? What is it? Still House Cave. A little dark and a little bit hard to see. Wait. Oh, here we are. No, we've actually made it. This is it. Not much of a sight. It doesn't look like it. I don't see any markings. I might walk down this way a little more and see what if I can find it. Huh? There was a sign back there. It said Saw Hollow Campsite. Like 0.2 miles or 0.02 miles. So this is it, or it's a little further down. I'm gonna go check. You can stay here if you want. It's the second day of our trip. Just waking up and didn't really sleep that well. We got into the camp late last night, so we had to set up in the dark. Also, there's not really any level ground around Saw Hollow, so it's all kind of downhill. The best you can do is sleep with our head at the top and our feet pointing downhill. So yeah, that was that. But yeah, the sleeping bag was good. I got a bag rated down to about 30 degrees and might have got down to high 40s, mid 40s last night. And it did fine. So now just have to pack up. Probably gonna make some breakfast first and make some tea, get that going, pack up my stuff, and then we will head back to the car, which might be about 2.3 miles. Probably give an update later on that. Alright, so we're leaving Saw Hollow Campsite. We're on our way out. Shouldn't take too long. And we're gonna go to check out the Miles Davis Cemetery. It's just before the Bluffs campsite. We probably won't go check that out. As far as the hike last night, we got into the campsite late. It was pretty much dusk when we started setting up the tent. Got that set up, got some food, and tried to go to sleep shortly after. I don't know, I'd say it got about around the high 40s last night. So sleeping weather was good, just couldn't get to sleep. Alright, so here we are at the Miles Davis Cemetery. Yeah, but we want to stay on 2.4 miles. Yeah, odd because the park map reads a little different, or maybe I'm just not reading it correctly. So it is what it is. We'll be back to the car in 2.4 miles. So right now we're on Buffalo Trail. We'll take this to the Creek Trail junction and take that directly back to the car. Creek Trail is about 1.3 miles, so shouldn't be too bad of a trek. So far this Buffalo Trail is pretty easy. This is the junction for Buffalo Trail and Turnhole Bend Trail. What'd you say? So from here it's what, 1.3 miles left? Something like 1.3 miles left from Turnhole. Not too much longer. Okay, here we are at the end of Buffalo Trail, and we have a junction back to the parking lot. Okay, so pretty much the whole Buffalo Trail is gravel, at least from where we intersected it on from Saw Hollow. Ouch. My feet are on fire. Okay, here we are. This is where we started the Saw Hollow Trail, and then it forks off down to the Buffalo Trail. So we beat out the rain today. It's supposed to rain around 12, so I'm happy we did that. We actually did our portion of the trail in 24 hours. Not sure of the total mileage, but yeah, it's somewhere I think around 12 miles for the whole trip. But yep, so here we are, full circle, Mammoth Cave National Park.